Rolls-Royce approached Manse and said, we've got this site at Anstey, what do you think of that? So Manse phoned Palmer and said, do you know where Anstey is? And Palmer said, well, we better ask Opus. We said, well, Anstey is pretty prime. Bluntly, it's sort of, if you put a dot on the map of where a shed site should be, that's where the dot is. So we joined forces with Manse. We signed a promotion agreement with Rolls-Royce. The site is a gross 200 acres. Rolls-Royce have operated on the site since before the Second World War. The first and only UK satellite ever launched, whose name is Prospero and is still going round up there. She will apparently return to Earth in about 25 years' time, presumably in pieces. The engines that fired Prospero were made at Anstey. Some of the first initial rocket testing in the world was done at Anstey. It's a very famous site. Originally it was some 300 acres. They sold 100 acres to Advantage West Midlands, who developed the Anstey Business Park, and this is effectively the phase 2, Prospero, of Anstey Business Park. We hadn't even signed the deal when we got approached directly by Meggitt, one of the largest aeronautical parts suppliers in the world. They produce in 60 countries in the world. Massive. I think somebody called them the largest company you've never heard of. Yeah. Interestingly, the old Dunlop Aerospace outfit is part of the Meggitt brand, and they operated very close to this site in Coventry for many, many years. They approached us. They told us they were looking for a new worldwide production facility, together with a move for their head office from Bournemouth. And as a result, we very quickly tied up a deal with them. When I say very quickly, I think it was about a year, actually. But that's quick for a big deal. 495,000 feet, 350,000 foot shed, 85,000 square foot of new offices, and various other ancillary buildings on an initial 26-acre site out of that 200 acres. The steel's actually started to come out of the ground on Monday this week, and it's looking good. The basic factors of the industrial, logistics, and out-of-town retail market are great. The shed is the new shop. It fulfills 3 roles: the shop, the logistics warehouse for Amazon and the like, which is also a shop, and now industrial. We've got manufacturing back in the UK. I think that's the biggest story of the year, actually. Manufacturing back in the UK. My father was an engineer, and he always taught me that if you make something, you make the basic wealth of the country. We're now making the basic wealth of the country again in the UK. That's great news, and that will continue because we're good at doing it. And we're, of course, the greatest innovators in the world, so our R&D is second to none. We've got a lot more acreage to go yet, where we'll be putting in a master planning application across the site late spring, hopefully early summer. We're agreeing heads of terms on the second deal. They should be agreed in the next couple of weeks. That's a fascinating deal. We're in advanced negotiations on a third deal. We've got enough interest to fill that 200 acres. I don't think we will. Not all your interest comes off, of course. But it's a great site, and it's there at the right time in the marketplace.